Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are going to be making ourselves a diamond drill, and we're going to be getting our feet wet and jumping into some tech reborn. So, I hope you guys are ready. So today, with me having tons of materials that I have been processing from here, I've been just processing like crazy. We have so much stuff to go through. Even stuff that we really have no use for. Mana infused ingots, I don't believe have a use at all other than power generation. Actually, I take a look at this and there is no recipe for the power generation unless it's disabled. Because yeah, I don't really see any real use for this. But that is just one of the very extensive amounts of materials that we have gotten. You see right here, sapphire dust. Like, we've gotten all this stuff that is going to be very, very helpful in getting into Tech Reborn. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be diving into Tech Reborn. We have a lot of stuff to do. This is all stuff that couldn't actually be smelted down through normal means. And over here is the stuff, of course, that we are getting that way. We are getting a little extra. Looks like quartz dust and stuff that's being grinded up from here. That's being extra. And that is being converted over here into this. Eventually, we're going to have an easier way of making silicon. I don't really think we are even going to need that much of it just to really improve our applied energistics setup. So, let's take a look here at Tech Reborn. So, Tech Reborn has a lot of interesting stuff in it. It is a Greg Tech throwback mod. Man, it is an improvement on the old Greg Tech, you know, the mod that everybody loved, right? Everybody loved that mod. Give this a thumbs up if you absolutely love that mod, right? Let's go ahead and dive into this. There's going to be a few things that we're going to do today. We're going to use RF, and we're going to transfer RF power into EU power, and we're going to utilize that. But we need to work towards a drill. Let's see. We're going to work towards the diamond drill. As you can see here, this is the upgrade that we're going to need, and to get this will be a good reference on what to kind of shoot for, and get all the way up to the advanced drill. So this will take us through Tech Reborn, and it's a pretty good reference on how to go about getting through this mod. So if we take a look here, everything here we can pretty much get. It's not that hard. We already have a steel drill. Everything's pretty easy, minus the titanium ingot. Now that is its own beast. So to get a titanium ingot, you can see right here, we have to utilize the blast furnace, because we can't make an arc furnace from industrial or from immersive engineering, because that's gone. This is also the arc furnace recycling stuff. We can't do these. Vanilla, the regular crafting recipe is just nuggets, which, I mean, and as you can see, that's nothing. So if you go through here, the actual blast furnace is the way that we will get this. So one recipe that we will have to make is the industrial blast furnace, and this is a pretty extensive machine in itself. It is a multi-block machine. We'll have to talk about that later. But just to get the titanium dust, we need something even more different. So we see right here that we could take a crusher, and as you can see, we just crush the ingots. Well, we can't do that. We need to make this dust. We need to make these even smaller piles of dust, and we do that through the industrial electrolyzer. So, one of the main machines we need to make is the industrial electrolyzer, but there's a couple of machines that we have to make in order to make the industrial electrolyzer. So as you can see, this is kind of a rabbit hole you have to go through, but you gotta remember, it is Greg Tech and it is Tech Reborn. So that is the things. Once you have these machines made, it's pretty smooth sailing, and you'll kind of understand what to do here. So you can see the industrial electrolyzer is going to require some empty cells. It's going to require some bauxite and power, and as you can see right here, a little bit of EU and 100 seconds, and it will produce this. Pulverized aluminum, small piles of titanium dust, and then we'll get some compressed air and some hydrogen cells. These can be utilized later on. The hydrogen cells can be separated to get a few different things. Don't know if we're going to have too many uses for them. In the compressed air cells, normally you put them inside a machine that'll decompress them, and it'll give you back your empty cells. That's normally what I would do, but there is a few different automation steps that we have to go through. So let's take a look at the recipe for the industrial electrolyzer. This is going to require an extractor, an advanced machine casing, and you can see some iron plates. This is where IC2, the iron plates are pretty easy to get. The extractor just requires a basic machine casing, advanced circuits, advanced machine casing, and this is where you get into that advanced industrial crafting, which we're going to have to do. But the extractors are pretty easy. The iron plates are pretty easy, and the advanced circuits are pretty easy. So none of this is too difficult. So let's get into making the advanced machine casing. The advanced machine casing from Industrial Craft 2 is going to require your carbon plates and your advanced alloys. So that's going to be the two things that we need to make a little bit of. The advanced alloys can be done inside a compactor or a compressor. I'm probably going to go with a compactor, even though you have to smelt it twice. It still is probably going to be a better route instead of me making a compressor just to make these things. I can make my compactor faster than the compressor early on. So let's go ahead and see what we need to make, how we need to make these mixed metal ingots, right? Mixed metal ingots, that's going to require some bronze, so I might as well go ahead and get some bronze going. That's 3 copper and tin. So copper and tin. And of course, you see that it is 3 to 1. So all we got to do, knock down here. We do 21 for right now. And that'll be a nice even split. And we can throw that in here. So you do 63 and 21. That'll get you a good amount of bronze. And we're going to need a good amount of bronze because, as you can see, that stuff is going to get a little intensive. So if we go to IC2, it might be easier for us to visualize some of these things. So here's the mixed metal ingot. That's what we're working on now. So let's go ahead and grab a bit of bronze, because I think we have enough now. And we'll start working on the mixed metal ingots. We will get 2, so 26 is going to be fine. And then remember, we have to cook these first. Once they're cooked, you take them and you throw them inside here. And this is going to convert that into the plates. Now, I do want to get a kit. Say a kit. I think we have enough for bronze gear. Or we will definitely here once I pull this out. So let's go ahead and make a bronze gear. And I really should probably make these kits available. We're also going to need to make some more Invar, of course. That is going to be iron and nickel. And I think I have a bit more nickel now. So look at there. Nickel and iron. We do 64 of that. That'll be split even for us. So yeah, we'll let that bronze cook up. Now, the other thing we were looking at with IC2 is going to be the coal. And what was it we needed? Or carbon, not coal. We need the carbon plates. Now the carbon plates is coal or pulverized coal turned into raw carbon fiber. And of course, those are added together to get a carbon mesh, and then that's just blended together and compressed again to give us a carbon plate. So if we take a look at coal, we should have a little bit of pulverized here. So I'm going to make as many of those as we can, and we will make as many of those raw carbon mesh as we can. Overall, eventually we're going to get more. I'm just going to go ahead and make more of that. And we can go ahead and get those pulverizing right here. No big deal. Right? That should start pulling that out. Perfect. It's working. Alright, we'll take the advanced. We'll throw that in here. Look at that. We already have that advanced alloy, and that's going to be providing our advanced machine casings, which we're probably going to need a few of them to get into Tech Reborn. So yeah, the only other thing we need is to probably have a chest maybe up top and on the side here. Just to make automation easier. 2 chests. That should be working. Perfect. Chest here. Chest here. We'll do an input chest on this side and output on this one. Make sure that's set. And we'll throw those in, and we should get our output automatically up top. We should. Yeah, that should definitely output. There it goes. It finally did it. Put our outputs up here, and then when that's done, it'll automatically pull it in. But I was working on kits, so like I said, this will be done here in just a second. And then we can start working on some more Invar. So yeah, this is going to take a second. I think it's pulling from this. It should definitely be pulling... Oh, that got completely reset. We need that input. That is an input as well. So that should totally be supplying enough power. That needs to be orange, right? Output. There we go. There's our output. So yeah, and this should be an input. We got a nice little storage buffer that I was just using. So there we go. And we'll store that. There we go. Perfect. We got Invar going. And now we can start pushing into this. I'll make a kit. I'll get this thing upgraded and let these things process. While we do that, let's take a look at tech. That drill again. And we're going to notice there's a couple of other machines we're going to need to make. Because we also need to make this industrial blast furnace. And this is going to require some electric furnaces, another advanced machine casing, but it's going to require these heating coils. We only can make these heating coils inside of a rolling machine. You can see these are low-tier machines, so we can utilize our bat box for these machines. And the rolling machine is going to require a couple of compressors and a basic machine and some advanced circuits. So let's go ahead and work on that. Take a look at rolling. So the good old-fashioned rolling machine is going to require 4 pistons. We should totally have enough resources for all of this stuff. The compressors would require a bit of this refined iron, so I might need to grab a couple stacks of iron and throw that through the cooking pot here. And what that's going to do, that's just going to cook down and turn that all into refined iron for us. I should have a little bit of a refined iron, but I don't think I have enough to make all of these machines. Yeah, just 2, so we can make both compressors. Electric circuits, I think we have enough stuff to make a few of these for sure. I have been working on more plastic. So we should be able to make some more circuits. What are we missing? Was that tin? Refined iron, yeah. Which is what we're making right here. Perfect. So, not the advanced circuits, but the main circuits. Like I said, this is just a lot of crafting. So I'm not going to let you guys suffer through the crafting. Is that... That's stone. Okay, I was about to say, that is not going to make me make diorite. But there's a compressor. And our basic machine, we can make another one of those. And the advanced is just these electric circuits, 2 of those. Surrounded by a bunch of goodies. Look at that. And that should equal a rolling machine. Nice. So, there we go. This rolling machine should technically connect to this power that we have going over here. I think I might just connect it directly here. That shouldn't give us any power issues. This will charge, and as long as it's on a low tier, which is what this bat box is pushing out, which is a low tier, we should be fine. There's a way that you can utilize this right here to show recipes, and you can see there are a few different things. We can save a little bit of iron and make 2 buckets if we wanted to. But this is what we're going to need. Nickel and copper. Yeah, that's going to be required for this. So nickel, a little bit of nickel and a little bit of copper. And this is what's actually going to be required for making that blast furnace. Right here, the industrial blast. We need 4 of these just to make that block. That's not including the multi-block that's required for that. So, with this, I don't know if we can... yeah, we can't auto-inject it, but we can see here. Technically, we only need 2, right? 1, 2, because it makes 2 of them. Or makes 3 of them. So still, we only need 2. And that should get started. Doesn't look like it's going to consume more power than what we currently have to make this, so we should be good. This bat box is going to be doing its job, and we should be pretty good. We're good to go. And like I said, I just need to get that compressed stuff going, and we're going to get some blocks made. Nice. There we go. We got some of that, what was that? Cooper nickel heating coils. Really interesting name, but that's what we need. Nice. So now that I have the machines already made here, we still need some more infrastructure to make this drill. Now you see that we actually need to get this blast furnace up to a heat of 1500. This is just a little bit higher than the minimum amount of heat that you can generate with the lowest tier reinforced blocks from Tech Reborn. So if we go into Tech Reborn, you'll see we have to use these standard machine casings. And you'll see this when you place this machine down, there will be a button that will give you a guide. Now, we're going to get away with this heat. We're going to get away with making just these standard machines, because you can see they start to get really expensive the later on. These require advanced and machine casings. This just requires the electric circuits and the basic machine casing with some refined iron. So, with that being said, iron, we're going to get 3 more stacks cooking in here. And that's good. Just going to cook up some more refined iron, because, I mean, we are going to probably need a lot more. This is going to be a 3x3 or 3x4x3 structure, similar to the blast brick furnace that we have behind us. And, you know, it's very similar, except for the center is going to be hollow. I mean, I guess that one's the center is hollow. But it's not going to be fully hollow. Believe me, we're going to put some lava in there as well, and that's going to get us up to the heat. So, what I need to do is I need to make a few more of these. As you can see, I'm running out of plastic, so that means I need to grab some wood, because believe me, we're going to need a few of these circuits. I'm going to have to get this bad boy jump started and get it making more rubber for us. I think I have plastic. I definitely have more tiny rubber, yeah. All we got to do is smelt this stuff. And we have several more pellets. And yeah, when this stuff gets cooked, it produces that for us. I think this is honestly more important to have this cooked than anything else at this point. So, we have that done. We have these insulated cables. Let's see how many of these circuits we can make. That's 2 more. And how many of these can we make? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do 8 for right now, because I don't think we need more than that. And 4, 5, 16. So 16 will get our base structure going. I did go ahead and make a door over here, because back here is where this machine is actually going to go. We're actually going to have the blast furnace going right out here, so we can connect some power to it. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that very soon. So, right here is going to be that multi-block. And you can see, when you hit this, it'll actually show you how you need to place this. And you can kind of see in the center, there's actually not a block here. But it does go pretty high. Shaders is kind of not really helping with that too much. But, what we can do, we start placing these down. Just like so. And like that. And you can start to see how this is going to come along. All we got to do is leave the center hollow for 2 blocks, and we should be good. So we have a little bit more to make. I'm going to be working on that. That'll be done very soon, and we can get this multi-block built, and I'll show you exactly how this bad boy is going to work. So now that I have this multi-block completed, you can see that we're only reaching 1,360 heat units here. Now, we can gain a 500 extra heat by just dropping in some lava. And it's not too difficult to do. I think we can actually, can we use this to break it? Yeah. It's probably best to use a crescent hammer. It takes a long time to break these, so if you shift right click on it with a crescent hammer, you'll be able to do that. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a bucket. A couple of them. We got to run down, grab some lava. Or actually, we don't have to run down anywhere. We have lava right here. So if we fill this with lava, and I believe we can place lava directly here as well, and then just fill it with a block, this will give us extra heat. 500 per lava source block that is on the inside. So this is plenty to get what we need. Now, this thing does not work fully just yet. We still need to get this thing some power. You can see both of these are set to medium, right? And both of these machines will work on medium power. We need to get the medium power. To do that, I'm going to use our leadstone flux ducts. I'm going to use our current power network to hopefully convert that over to get just enough power for that. To do that, I'm going to use the energy conversion mod right here. the energy converters. To set this up, it's not too difficult, but we do need an RF consumer, which is the same as the RF producer. These just kind of rotate themselves. Let's go ahead and make a block of iron. We're going to need to make probably some iron bars, it looks like. And I think we might have just about everything but a furnace. There we go. So yeah, we need to make the energy producer. And then what we need to do is craft this into the energy consumer. So we're going to consume RF. We're going to use the energy bridge. Let's go ahead and make that. We'll use an energy bridge in between. And then from there, we're going to make a... Let's see, we have energy bridge, this. We need to make IC2 medium. So MV energy consumer, that's what we're going to need. But we're going to need an energy producer. So the NV energy producer is what we need. You can see right here. So what we need to do with that, well, we got to make some gold cabling here. A little bit different on how this is made, right? There's not like that nice crafting recipe. But we can go ahead and use this and plastic to craft what we need for this. So there we go. So the MV, we need to make this machine block, right? Which I have the material down here. I don't know how many of these we actually need. I think 2. Yeah, we need 2 of them for this. This is pretty easy to make. The transformer. I think we should have the gold. Yeah, right here. Gold insulated cable. Why is it? It's not actually forming. Oh, because we need the ×2 cable. Ah. That's right. Okay. So, let's go and do this. And we'll do the ×2. There we go. That's more like it. And this is also going to be the cable that we need to send the power as well. So, let's go ahead and make that. And last but not least, we just need to do this. This will get us the medium voltage power producer. Perfect. And here's our cables that we'll hook to this. Awesome. So to set this up, what we're going to need to do is hook into this, you know, in a general area. I might want to put it underground here, so that way we can have that cable sticking out. So I'll put it right here. And what I'm going to do is put our energy consumer here. That's going to hook up. Our energy bridge in between. And then our producer here. And last but not least, we just need to get some cable to this and hope nothing explodes. And you can see it is now filling up with EU power because we are converting RF into EU power. Oh, guys, it doesn't get any better than this. And it's also utilizing the medium voltage. Now, eventually we're going to upgrade our leadstone flux ducts, and this is going to work a little bit better, but this should technically be working, because right now we're not even utilizing everything that we have, like all of our power. We're not utilizing all of it. But soon, hopefully we will. This is only like producing 24 RF per tick, because it's not being fully utilized. So yeah, this is awesome. That means we can now get this working. So remember, we needed that. We're trying to make the drill, right? The diamond drill. It's not too difficult to do this. I mean, you just kind of have to understand what processes you're going through. We're making that small stuff, right? So we need bauxite, and we need some empty cells. Empty cells are just some glass. So let's go ahead and make some of those. Empty cells, right? CELL, if I can get it going right. I don't know if it's it's not the one from Industrial Craft, it's the Tech Reborn empty cells. So these. And yeah, all we gotta do is make a few of those. Just like that. And grab some bauxite, which we should have plenty of at this point. And what we need to do is put that in here. So we'll have our empty cells and our bauxite. And that should go through the process of converting that. This is going to take a little bit of time because we don't really have any machine upgrades in here. But believe me, at least it's working. And I mean, all it's going to take is 4 processes of this, and we should have enough to throw it in the blast furnace. Now, the blast furnace is also without upgrades, going to require a little bit of time as well. But I mean, we have this running. Look at this. Look at this. And it's right outside our door. And we're using, I mean, we're straight up converting RF power into EU power. I absolutely love that conversion mod, and it's super, super handy. So, all we got to do is wait for this to work, and we'll get those products like we've seen before, and then we're able to get in and make this diamond drill. Super happy and excited to be able to finally upgrade this bad boy. So this has finally finished producing, and I went ahead and made 1 overclocker, but I'm not producing nowhere near the amount of power that can support even this one very simple overclocker recipe. So yeah, they are interchangeable, and it's pretty ridiculous. But as you can see, we got 4 small piles of titanium dust that we can now take out. Of course, we can take all of this stuff out. It's no big deal. And over here, this will actually accept the 4 small piles by itself. And this will actually automatically produce it and turn it into an ingot form, which is absolutely amazing. So we don't really have to do another step. But as you can see, a lot of stuff in here is going to require you to do this. Like, it's going to require you to make this. As you can see, remember that this diamond drill also has another recipe, and that is for the Buildcraft quarry. This thing is an extensive recipe. I mean, it's just a bunch of gears, and the diamond drill is what really gates this quarry. And we can actually use RF power to power this Buildcraft quarry, even though the Buildcraft quarry technically uses another power form, MJ's, which is the power that Buildcraft uses. But as you can see, this should work. I think we might have to stop this process while this is running, otherwise we are not going to have enough power to supply it. So once this fills back up with power, since it's not running, that's probably what we're going to have to do. We probably can only run 1 machine at a time, unfortunately. Or I might be able to move this machine over there, and that will change. Oh, that's got to be set back up. There we go. But yeah, this can maintain 1 machine running at a time, from what I can see. I don't know if maybe adding multiple connections would change that. I don't know. I don't think it would matter. But for right now, we're fixing to get our first bit, and soon we will have our drill. So here we are. We now have 2, and this is the last bit, because I can technically only, with the amount of power that I have, I can only run 1 of these machines at a time, which is fine. I did go ahead and hide my cabling underneath here. It just kind of goes along the bottom and kind of goes in kind of a cross pattern. And I did upgrade these guys to the hardened flux ducts. I should have done that before, but the hardened versions do 4,000 instead of 1,000, which is really nice and should be able to utilize all of our power now, which works out perfect. Now, I still have these hooked up over here because these don't require much more power, and everything should be able to run just fine from them. So let's go ahead and upgrade this steel drill to a diamond drill. Right, this shouldn't need too much. We just need an advanced circuit, which, yeah, we need to make the actual circuit. Let's go ahead and do that. A little bit more plastic, which I have my plastic running in full force at this point. Did I make the circuit? I guess I didn't. There we go. Eventually we'll get this stuff automated. It'll be a lot easier on us. And last but not least, our drill. And we'll get a diamond drill. Now, this diamond drill should be a little bit faster for that. And we should also be able to charge this thing up. Now, it is going to store a lot more EU. Way more than this thing. This thing only holds 40,000. This thing holds 100,000. As you can see, it's really, really draining that thing. But I'm pretty sure it's still about the same. Yeah, we still have enough fuel in here. I'm letting that recharge. Let's go test this thing out and see, I don't know what it's like. Oh yeah, it's almost instant filling. This is way faster. So yeah, this is basically like instant at this point. This is what this one's like. So it's about the same as the... It's about the same as the steel jackhammer. It actually feels a little bit faster. And if this thing was enchanted, it'd be even better. Now, this thing leads us into the advanced drill. Now, this is a 3x3, and we can make the overclockers. Those are not hard. We need iridium alloy plates. So these iridium plates, they're very special in how they're made. Iridium nuggets we should be able to get because I already have iridium. It's just going to require some more stuff. Tungsten is another product that we need to get in the blast furnace. Tungsten should come from tungsten ore. I think we have some tungsten. So tungsten... Yes, we do have some tungsten. So making this advanced drill may not be as bad as I think it is. The Laperon crystals, just like I said, we just need more plastic. A lot more plastic, potentially more rubber trees. This needs to boost. I might actually add another section of this and add another block placer with 3 more extractors on the other side, just so we have enough to make way more of this rubber here. That is something that I really want. And it shouldn't be too hard to do. We can actually get a, let's see, chest or crate. Oh, barrel. Barrel would be nice. Let's make a Yava barrel. And we'll get an item duct with servo. And we'll go ahead and make that. And that should leave us. And with a bunch in here. So like over time, instead of it just stopping, which it normally does, we'll just be able to hook this in. Drop on the servo, turn it on, and should be good to go. That should automatically extract all that rubber pellets into here. We might have to change... Yeah, no, there it goes. And there we go. Tiny dry rubber. Perfect. And that should just continue to work. Let's get some more wood. We'll make sure to keep this thing full of wood. And this, honestly, this is probably where we're running into some power issues. We should be able to run some power over there, but for right now, like I said, some more sticks might do the trick. Because this really doesn't need that much power to run. And there we go. Look at that. So, there we go. That is being done. Everything is looking pretty good. We now have our diamond drill, which means, well, you guys might know what that means. It means we're pretty close to making the advanced drill, but a quarry is going to become our best friend very soon, and I think we might set this up next episode, guys. So, I hope you learned something today. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next episode, and as always, thanks for watching.